Hi, Angie. Thank you so much for sharing your research proposal. I really enjoyed listening to you talk about it, and I also really enjoyed following along with your presentation. I think you did a great job presenting it in a very professional way that was easy to understand as well. So, as you mentioned, your proposal was in support of homeschooling. So, acknowledging the various benefits that you believe come along with homeschooling and encouraging those who are considering homeschooling their children to follow through in order to receive these benefits. So, when looking a little bit more into this topic, I found a study by Gunnerman and Newman. In this particular study, they compared a group of school-going children with a matched group of homeschooled children and looked at various aspects and dimensions of emotions. So, the data that was collected from this particular study revealed that the level of depression among children who attended school was higher than that among the homeschooled children. And there was no difference, however, between the groups in terms of attachment security. These particular findings, the first would be in support of your hypothesis, I would say, in saying that there are lower rates of depression among homeschooling kids, which would in fact be an emotional benefit that comes along with homeschooling, there being less depression among these children. However, the lack of difference between the groups in terms of attachment security, I would like to know a little bit more about that, which I think is something that your study would explore and either support or deny that they're based off of your hypothesis. I'm assuming would in fact support that there is an attachment security that's higher among homeschool kids opposed to school going kids. The findings of this study also revealed the level of externalizing problems among children who attended school was higher than that among their homeschooled counterparts. However, there was no difference between the group in level of internalizing problems. So this also would be explored through your study, looking at externalizing problems and internalizing problems among those who are homeschooled and figuring out what problems they do deal with and what problems they do have more ease dealing with as a result of their homeschooling and the relationships and support that they experience as a result of that being in that kind of environment. So this study looked at the home environment, as would your study, in talking about the impact that that has in the bond that students develop with their parents as a result of being home and receiving one-on-one training and instruction from their parents. So this view that's supported within this study does not attribute emotion and behavior problems to the school, but emphasizes the importance of the home environment, which is something that your research would in fact do, emphasizing the importance and benefits of being within the home environment when receiving an education, and taking that a step further and going on to say exactly what those benefits are, how parents impact children, and the relationships that they have with them, specifically within the context of education. So, this would in fact be beneficial to the counseling field because it would allow teachers, counselors, anyone working with children, parents to understand the impact that homeschooling has on their children and in turn make decisions accordingly. When listening to your research proposal, one of the verses that came to mind was Proverbs 22:6, which says, "Teach children how they should live, and they will remember all of their life." So homeschooling allows parents to, in fact, instruct their children and teach them and be the type of parents that are able to instill something in their children. So, this verse, I believe, corresponds with homeschooling and allowing parents to be more influential in their children's life and be a part of their education and different things that maybe they wouldn't be involved in if their children were going to school and outside of the home for their education. So thank you so much for sharing. I found this very interesting and I actually really enjoyed looking into it myself and learning a little bit more. So thank you again.